What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Single Mom's Memoirs. And today's topic, we're talking about the B word, female dog. My name is Lavelle Isaiah Person.
And I'm Quentin Person.
And so, how I low-key feel about the B word, it's like, in some situations, it's disrespectful. And just, if you call somebody out their name just like for no reason, it's disrespectful. If you call my mom or like my girlfriend or something that, you got your straight hands, like, these, feel me? And so, like, and if you call me B word, it's it's, I'm not gonna instantly result to violence, but if you carry it on, then yeah.
My take on the B word is, it depends on the time and the place. So, for instance, if I'm on the game with like the guys and they said we just playing around,
Yeah.
but if like he said, if they call my lady, my girlfriend and my mom one, or like someone that's female related that I know, then it's like an issue, like calling them out their name as a form of disrespect.
Exactly.
Me personally, I don't use the word. I'm not supposed to use the word right now, but yeah, I
better not.
I really don't use it. So,
He's capping.
I don't like the word. I don't like the word as much. It's not one of my favorites.
Back to you, Mama CJ in the studio. Yeah.
Hopefully, your first week within the new year has been very productive, and it continues to be that way for the rest of 2021. My first week has been pretty good, been consistent for the most part. Let's just keep it that way. Let's get right on into this B word. I'm not gonna keep saying it because I feel like when you keep saying it, like it's just not a good word. So many people have an unhealthy relationship with the word bitch. It's come to the point where people are now associating themselves with it in a positive light. So when females refer to their other friends as that, it can be used interchangeably as a good or a bad thing. How about it's really just a bad thing altogether? Because if you call me out my name, baby, I rough and stuff with my afro puffs. Okay, like it's gonna be a whole new story because you're trying to provoke a response from me that obviously that's what you were looking for. So in all these shows that we're watching, and these women are referring to their friends as bitches, and I don't care if the ending is ITCH or if it's ISH. Either way it goes, it's the same connotation. When do we make the transition from it being bad to good? And where the hell is censorship? Because like you can say bitch, but you can't say shit in some songs on the radio. Like I can't wrap my head around this. Like we have fought so hard in women's rights for us to be respected, but then in the same regard we turn around and referring to each other as this and then get upset when other people don't respect us. If that's not a contradiction, I don't know what is. Long story short, let's just not use that word, at least when you're talking to me. Friends of mine, I have told on a couple of occasions, it's cool if you talk like that because that's you. But when you talking to me, please don't call me that because I have a standard. I won't call a woman a bitch unless I'm ready to scrap. But again, I'm too old. I go to jail. I got kids and stuff to pay for, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I just don't use it. Instead of me doing all this talking, let's hear from a couple other people to see how they feel about the word. How do you feel about the word bitch?
It really depends on the context that it's used in.
That was like a question.
Because I think that some people are going to be offended by it no matter what. Mm-hmm. But I do believe that some people have come to accept it like a term of endearment. So if the closest person to you says that, I'm sure you won't be as offended if the lady in the grocery store who bumped your cart said it.
Okay.
In the store, them fighting words. With your close associate, that could mean it's hot gossip. That could mean something happened. It depends on how you use it. So you gotta wait and see what she mean by that.
True.
But based on inflection, you gonna know if them fighting words or if you should be interested.
Okay. So even though it's derived from something negative, you don't see it as negative all the time?
I don't like it being used to me. I'm telling you what the meaning was of it.
Okay.
But,
okay. Now how about to you?
Referring to, I'm glad that we over the phase of being bad bitches all the time.
But are we though?
Not everybody queening. Even if they not acting like it, they saying it.
That's true.
Since the word is used so much now, it makes you feel better. Because if you say, hey, queen, how can you take that offensively? You know, it's all in what you say and how you say it.
It is.
So I just kind of think like with that phase, it was like people felt more aggressive. People felt more like ready to do whatever because that word made them feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
But if somebody...
Almost like a bitch in heat, right?
How many people do you see be like, hey, queen, and they want to pull out their baseball bat?
Right. Right.
It's just a whole different feel to it.
Okay. Now, should men take offense to it?
If a man is called one, I personally feel like it's dependent on the situation. I don't see a man being acceptable of that. Normally, the only men that you hear use it as a term of endearment are feminine.
So should that be a pass?
No, because when that, I'm sure you say it exactly how you mean.
So we're talking about the word bitch today. So what is your stance on the word?
I mean, we all know this is a word for female dogs, but to me, it's a word that's used to disrespect. It can be used against men and women, and it is a very disrespectful word when used in that context.
Okay, so how would you react if someone were to call your daughters a bitch in front of you?
It will be a heightened reaction, to say the least, because number one, my daughters are my babies. Number two, it's kind of like disrespecting me that you would call them that in front of me.
Right.
So it wouldn't be a normal reaction, like let's say if someone was to call me a bitch. So I would probably just laugh it off. But to do that to my daughters in front of me, I, as their protector, I would have to respond in the most absurd way.
I am Dorian Turner, licensed clinical social worker.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
And mother of 4. Wife and mother of 4.
All right, because that is important in 2021. How often do you use the B word?
It depends on the situation. I use it out of anger, quite often.
Okay.
Depending on which friend I'm, engaging with, I may use it then. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so you wouldn't say that it's a negative or a positive word?
It can be both. Well, no, I won't even say positive, but when I use it in negativity, obviously it's out of anger, you a bitch or this bitch. When I'm using it with my friends, it's kind of like I guess in relation to the N word, people use my nigga. Bitch, yes, that sort of thing.
Okay. So with the transition that is made from being a pregnant dog in heat to a term of endearment, would you say that it's any type of backlash that people give if you do use that word frequently?
I can't really say I've noticed, no. But you know what? There are some women who like I say, sometimes I use it with my friends, depending on who I'm engaging with, and they're okay with that. There's some women that take offense to that.
Okay, definitely. For some reason, I'm one of those women.
Okay.
Like I don't know why I don't like it, but I just feel like you have so many other words to use. Why just resort to that one? I don't know.
It doesn't offend me. I don't know why it doesn't offend me. Like, even when people are saying it to me out of anger, it's like, oh, okay, man.
Right, like more like that's how you feel. That doesn't make it true
okay.
just because you say it type thing.
Right. We do say it, we're usually referring to ourselves and not one another.
Okay.
Like, you know, girl, a bitch is tired.
My experience with the word, like, I know a lot of females use it to, like, excite a reaction out of men.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's one of the words that I'm not, it's not my favorite curse word. My favorite curse word is fuck. But, like, to me, it is the less educated response when you're trying to insult somebody. So, like I said, it's not one of the curse words that's high on my list of things to say. I have to be really, really agitated or looking for, you know what I'm saying, that kind of reaction if I use that word.
What would be the difference between you saying it to your friend and saying it to someone that you don't know, if it's the same connotation?
I feel like saying it to somebody that I don't know is offensive. Like, they can take it in offense.
Okay.
And I think that, like I said, in reflecting in the conversations with my friends, that's probably why we don't refer to each other that way.
It's one of those words where if it does come out, I'm looking for an altercation or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a reaction.
Yeah, reaction.
Indeed.
It's kind of like, you know, when white people use the word nigga.
Thank you, because we're going to come back to that in a later episode. But y'all heard it from Iva. Back to you, Camille. I guess that wraps up this edition of... this edition? What is this? Inside edition? It is not. It is Single Mom Memoirs, damn it. That wraps up this episode. I want you guys to tune in next week when we're talking about dating with children, because I have some stories for y'all. See you next week. Manifest Daily.